Scott Morgan here, Michigan Sports Radio. Joining me tonight is Coach Pete VanKempen of the Coopersville boys varsity team. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Happy to be here, Scott.
We are, aren't we? Hey, it's Wednesday or Tuesday, and we're still talking basketball. Let's talk about that. Last night's game. I mean, that was a huge game for the Broncos.
It was. I really felt like we could win the game from the outset. I felt like we were, I don't know, sounds kind of cocky to say the better team, but I really thought our defense was a tough matchup for them. And if we could stop Harrison Sorrell, or at least really limit him, we had a good chance to win. Didn't expect us to turn the ball over so many times. Part of it was their defense. Part of it was made a few plays that we tried to make almost too hard of a play instead of just making an easy play. Something we've actually gotten a lot better at. But early in the season, if we play this game in week 1 or 2, we'd probably get beat by 20 or 30. We've really come a long ways.
You have. We got into the first quarter. It ends the first quarter, and it's 9-7. They're leading by 2. And one of the things before the pregame, talking to a couple of radio stations from Grand Haven and stuff, they all talked about them being able to shoot the 3 ball.
Yeah.
And we sat there and watched that first quarter, and they only had 9 points and didn't have any threes at that point in time. But they had a lot of points under the basket, in the lane there. Do you attribute to why they were not hitting any threes?
I don't know. Number 2 for them is generally a pretty decent 3-point shooter. He didn't really make any last night. You can tell he lost his confidence early. Part of it was they get a little rushed. I think we're pretty good at, you think you're open and you're not really. They did a good job of getting Harrison open a couple times in some plays. I don't know if he missed, if he was like balanced and shooting, and that's pretty tough. But I don't know. When we play, we try to really defend the 3-point line and make you beat us inside, almost kind of. And some teams are willing to, and some teams are not. I don't know. I don't know what you can attribute it to. We only shot 4 threes in the whole game.
Well, that's what one of the things Steve and I were talking about. He was kind of reading through the stats for me, and we talked about, you guys went up by 9. We were up by a couple points at halftime, and then third quarter we went up by 9, and then they came on with a 9-0 run and came back and to almost tie it, and then got tied in the fourth quarter, like you said there. But that was one of the things we looked at. Is he told me, he says, at that point in time, we had only shot three points.
Yeah.
And they were 3 for 17 at that point in time.
Yeah.
And so they were really struggling behind the arc.
Yeah, I think, like I said, Harrison Sorrell, he can really shoot it, and we really tried to get on him and have a hand up on their threes. Number 2 is a shorter player, so it's a little bit harder for him. We could get out there and get our hand up. I think a couple other kids took threes, but they were rushed. I feel like I feel like we try to get people sped up, and then when you're sped up, you're not quite kind of, you think, okay, I think I'm open, so you shoot it, and I don't know, maybe it's just luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw. Walk me through the last 44 seconds of the game there. We're up by 1, and we've got...
So is this right? So we were up...
Foul was called.
We were up 4. Harrison Sorrell hits a big 3. We throw the ball in. I don't remember what happened. Mark somehow dribbles through everybody.
Yep.
I think he got fouled about 30 seconds to go.
Yep.
Am I right about that? No.
Because you had Porter Crutchman in there and able to hit the 1.
The final score, so the final score was 47-44.
Yeah.
So it was 45-41 when that happened. Mark dribbled through, got fouled, made 1 and 2. Sorrell comes down, hits a 3. About 30 seconds to go. We break their press, get all the way down the floor, call timeout. We throw the ball in from our own baseline. Somehow, it was Mark and another kid running for the ball. Their kid tipped it. Mark got it. Took it back the other way. Got fouled. Made 2 free throws. With about 14 seconds to go. I think it was 14.0. And then they called timeout. So we had time to just kind of set up our defense, and we knew we had a foul to give.
Okay.
So the kids knew they were going to do it anyway, but they had called the timeout, so we talked about it. They dribbled up the floor. We knew Harrison was going to attack. When he did, we fouled him. About 8 seconds to go. We actually went hard for the ball, and it would have been kind of cool if we would have gotten it right there, but we didn't. And then they threw the ball in. They ran a little play for number 2 in the corner, but when he looked up, he saw Gabe VanKempen standing there. And Gabe made a really good play in that. We didn't talk about it, but he knew the situation. And he knew where he had to be, and he got out there, and then they threw it away, and it was a ball game.
Yeah, because that was what I was going to bring up the point. I saw Gabe VanKempen. Normally he stays inside, but he slashed out there quick, and
I don't know if he slashes much. Well, he moves himself out there really. Yeah. He got out there.
He got out there, which I think he did surprise. Basil from
for sure.
Grand Haven that he was there that quick.
Yeah, because he thought he was going to be open because Mark was pinned a little bit, and he wasn't. And then you panic because the clock's running down. You try to throw it over Mark, and Mark's really, really good at deflecting the ball.
Yeah.
And probably one of the best defenders I've ever coached. Long, quick, really, I don't know. So, yeah.
He did real well there at the end too for rebounding.
Mark, yeah. I don't. Wow. Fourth quarter, I think he had every defensive rebound in the fourth quarter. I mean, Gabe ended up with more rebounds, 9. Porter had 7, Mark had 8. And, we killed him on the glass, 34-28, which was really the game. They're a little bit better offensive team than us. They really are. They move it. You have a kid like Harrison Sorrell, you're just going to be better.
Yeah.
And but we did a really good job. Right away, first play of the game, I think we got an extra rebound. Porter scored, and then and then we knew, okay, we can rebound with this team, and it'll be
go from there. We're okay. So now we play Wednesday night. Tomorrow night we have Reeths-Puffer.
Yeah, very good basketball.
I haven't got a chance to look at film tonight that you sent me, but what do you know about them?
Well, I didn't even know this about them, but their record is 14-9, which is worse than us. Just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The record is 14-9, which is worse than us. But I don't think it matters. They won 8 of their last 9. I feel like they're on a roll. They kind of rolled through the green the second time, except for Muskegon. They've kind of rolled through their league the second time through. I think they're playing at a high level. They have 2 very, very good players, college basketball players, D2 or low D1, Jackson Whitaker, guard, about a 6'2", 6'3" guard. Will remind you a lot of Harrison Sorrell from Grand Haven, maybe not quite as tall. And then Travis Ambrose, number 21, big guy, about 6'6", kind of reminds you of the kid from Spring Lake a little bit.
Okay.
The boy from Spring Lake a little bit, except he's older, thicker. Probably the same kind of player, actually, a lot.
All right.
So, yeah, another good team. They're a good team. And we're just excited to be playing them. Coach is a really good friend of mine. We just played Greg Emmink, who's a great human being, and this coach is a great human being. It'll be a really fun game.
Excellent. Well, like I said, we're looking forward to it for Wednesday night.
Me too.
You've got the Muskegon and the Union game beforehand.
Yeah.
That looks to be like a good game between those 2 teams.
I hope it's a really good game.
Yeah. And then, of course, us at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
It's just a fun time of year.
It is. It's March Madness.
Yeah. And it's, like I said to the kids, now we're in the tournament. I hate the fact our district has 7 teams.
Yes.
Because you don't have the 2 games at the same site. Everybody's spread around, and then you finally now everybody's at one place. It'll be fun.
Yeah, the crowd's there. Everybody's there.
Yeah.
They're all looking at it and excited to watch.
Yeah, every team will watch.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun.
Be fun. All right, thank you much, and wish you the best of luck.
All right, Scott, thank you.